Good afternoon. Yeah, I'm Neil Hubacher, and I'm from Newburyport. I'm looking to see if my senator is here, DeZoglio. I don't think she's here today. She is. Okay. Hi. Thank you. Yeah, and thank you for your staff have been so kind to me. So, Madam Chairpersons and members of the committee, I'm just so thankful for your work for the state, and thank you for giving me a chance to share. I'm here in opposition to HB 140 and S70. As I mentioned, I live in Newburyport, but from 2007 to 2016, I pastored a church in Beverly. And during those 9 years, I had about as many young adults and college students share with me their struggles with same-sex attraction. And what they shared was that they were looking for, some of them were looking for counseling that would allow them to address same-sex attraction while still aligning their lives with their faith. And so it wasn't that they were looking for conversion therapy, but they were looking for a way to address their same-sex attraction while still aligning their lives and their lifestyles with their faith. And so I'm glad that I had several counselors on hand that I could send them to. And what's great now is, some of these guys that I've mentioned and gals, they're in financial planning, they're educators, they're in the hospitality industry. Some of them are married in opposite sex relationships. Some of them are single. Some of them are moms. Some of them are dads. But my point here today, as we've already heard, this bill is about youth. And so my concern is, or maybe my question for the committee is, are there LGBTQ youth, who I think will agree are some of the Commonwealth's most vulnerable, but are there youth who also will want to find counselors who will help them address same-sex attraction or transgender things and also align them with their faith? And my fear is that if we proceed with this bill, my concern is that we will be eliminating for them some options that they would like to choose. In other words, I think we can all agree that a client, even if they're an adolescent, they have some right to self-determination on their therapy. And I just wouldn't want to eliminate that for them. I have written testimony, and I'll share that with you. And I've listed here several websites where you can find stories of people who wrestled with same-sex attraction, but wanted to align their lifestyles with their faith, and did so successfully. And it wasn't conversion therapy, just that those words just automatically put a label on therapy that I think is unfair and limiting. And I just wanted to share that with you. I thank you for your time, and I'm happy to take questions.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Are there any questions? Okay, yes.
Thank you so much for your testimony.
Yes, sir.
And I also actually wanted to thank you for sharing that in the past you had recommended therapists to
Yes.
people from your church. One of the things we hear in Massachusetts is this really a thing?
Yeah.
We live in Massachusetts. Of course this doesn't happen here. And to hear somebody say that you did recommend folks, maybe you still do recommend folks, for me, from where I sit, validates the work we're doing. I may not from where you sit. And I just want to share that as somebody who went to my minister as a young adult and shared, you use the word struggle, I'll use it as well, my own struggles with what it means to be gay, I got a very different response from them. And
Sure.
I credit Reverend Gilmore for the fact that I'm now married with kids as a state rep, but also an ordained minister. And so your testimony, I think, is powerful to show that there are multiple paths a minister, a special person in someone's life can lead them down. And the validation that this actually happens is important. So thank you.
Yeah, I thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for
Sure.
coming this morning. I just wanted, I guess, a question back, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Are you aware that the legislation before us has an exception for religious leaders or faith-based counseling?
I am. Yeah.
Thank you.
You bet.